Welcome to episode 1 of this Let's Play series. We're playing Heroes Hour. We're going to actually get into some gameplay now. In the last episode 0, we were just having a bit of a look at the lexicon, the skirmish mode, building new maps, just showing the node system with the random map generation. Really, really cool stuff. Let's not dilly-dally. Again, a special thank you to my Patreon supporters, guys. I can't sort of devote the time without your support, so thank you very, very much. It is very, very much appreciated. I should also point out I do have a Discord server. There should be a link, I think, in the description. I also have, I do a lot of live streaming on Twitch, and I will be streaming this game on Twitch. It's become quite stable now. I did have problems with stability up until this particular version, but this one is looking very, very good. And I'll talk a little bit about the things I like and don't like about the game. I did it in the last episode. I'll just cover them briefly again because I know a lot of you won't have watched the previous episode because it's all just fluff and waffle. All right, we're going to go into the new game. What I'm going to do through here, actually, one thing I didn't show. Yes, I did show it, but I didn't go through it in detail. Before we do it, let's have a quick look at the lexicon. I'm going to be playing as the Order, and I'm going to set up the other team, I think, as Undead. So I think we'll just do it that way, just so we sort of have like a fairly sort of stock standard way of playing with it, nothing sort of too weird. And so, actually, no, we can do this when we're in the game. I won't do it from here. Essentially what happens, though, just to really cover this very briefly, you've got like the different units that you can end up building in your towns over through this side. Gives you a little bit of a history of the actual, what the Order is. So history, 30 years ago, each city had its own chieftain, but after a series of invasions over the following decades, all ended up swearing allegiance to the King Tyrant of Order. Once peace started taking hold, the Kingdom of Order started expanding ever northwards, settling territories deep into the northern wastes. So culture, split between old and new. Old culture entails mirth, banter, and feats of strength. New culture focuses on discipline and industriousness. So we've got certain things, for example, these are like important buildings we can have. So we've got a conscription centre, so it allows you to instantaneously enlist units at cost of daily gold income. Allows you to discharge owned creatures to increase daily gold income. Hosteler, so the Hosteler gives +4 permanent movement to any hero stopping in town, and the counting house. These are sort of like just basic buildings, which aren't really all that important. We have 2 different styles of heroes. We've got priests, which give sort of like blessing and healing, and we have generals, which are sort of more to do with actual troops. And so the priest they've got these sort of divided into 3 different sort of starting priests, but we'll actually do that when we get into the actual game itself. Again, I don't think we have to really worry too much about that one. And then we've got 3 generals in through there as well that we can then choose from for getting things started. So anyway, I thought I'd do that one, and we'll go and make sure that we do go up against the Undead in this instance. And so decay comes slow at first, but it builds and never goes away. Its origin and purpose is unknown. All that is known about them is learned through fear. Despite this lack of knowledge, few scholars disagree about the central point. One day, all will be decay. Some of the living races practice necromancy too, but more so than other types of magic. It is scorned by civil society as unpredictable and corrupting. And so we're going to see different sorts of creatures sort of then coming back in through. So let's go and I'll look at, when we get into it, let's have a look at this when we actually sort of get into the actual game itself. Now, this is going to be a fairly short game. I'm not going to make this one too big. I'm just going to come back out. I'm going to go into the new game, and I am just going to edit the game that I had set up, that I had designed, this YouTube game. I'm just going to go and edit this a little bit. So we're going to come back into here. Now, player 1, I'm going to change this one to player 1 any. Now that should be. If I go on this other side, it's not going to help me. I don't think I can actually edit what it's going to be for the. I want order, but I want that to be player 1. I think I'll leave it on auto because I'm using the symmetry. I could manually go and sort of create the other node here, but let's just leave it on auto here. I don't know if I can change who we go up against. Maybe not. That's okay. We'll leave this on random in through here as well. And at the moment, this is the symmetric center of the actual map itself. So we'll now just leave that where that is. What we will do, though, is we will change this one back across to a tower. And so we'll have a tower in through there. That'll be okay. We'll just leave whatever the default actually is in through that side. That means that there'll be a tower over this side as well, which means that we have to then break through into the middle here. And so really it's going to be whoever can take hold of this particular castle should win this particular game. So I'm just going to go and save that, and we will just go and generate. I won't generate. I'll go back out from here and then start afresh, because this gives us a little bit of. So I'll just return to the editor, which basically means returning to the game. So we'll now play a new game using that particular map. Now I went through last time as to how to build those maps. They're very, very easy to build. I like maps without sea, and I like very sort of small maps. I do find, as I said before, when you're playing very, very large maps like this, it's very, very hard to control what's going on in the game, and so normal is really, really, really hard, I've got to say, with that sort of style. With this one here, I think I can do normal. They tend to sort of outstrip what we have. I don't know if I can change. If I go back for this one with decay, and I'll just start it with any of these really, I won't worry about them so much. Oh, hang on, that's actually, we're now picking where we want to be. Just go back out again. Yeah, I'll just pick order from here. And so we'll go as one of the healers, I think. I won't worry too much about it. I'll go with Cassie. Cassie the healer. And so that's going to be red and green. So difficulty normal. It does go from easy through to hardcore plus. We've got team 1 in through this side. You can also then go to advanced and actually really override a lot of what's been done with this setup, depending on what you want, which is really cool. Again, there's just so much to sort of see with what's going on with this. Even with the generation, like force symmetry, so we both have identical starts. But look, let's just leave it the way it is. Let's just leave it there. So if I just click on back in advanced, so it's going to be order versus decay. It's going to be single player. You can have sort of 2-player hot seat as well, and I think you can do online as well. But I haven't played with that at all. So let's just go and start the game. So it's now generating a random map. So here we are. So here we are in the first little area through this particular side. Now what we can see through here is we've got like some priests, and we also have some spearmen that are actually with us at this particular stage. Now I did choose a healer for a specific reason. What I can do is I can take the healer inside the city. This is our starting city. I can go into the city from here as well, and just sort of double click it and just click it and open it up. And so this is Herring Fort management system. You can actually change the look of it if you don't really like the way it sort of does look, but you can sort of see that you can essentially sort of hover over different areas to sort of see where things will appear. Personally, I prefer to do it this way. Just open it up and think, what do I need? What do I want? Now, we already own this Plaza of Order, so increases your town's income by 1,000. The game is really all about making money. And as soon as you can get like an advantage over your enemy, you're going to win the game. So I wish there was a different mechanic that could be put into the game to overcome that, but that seems to be what it's all about. So the barracks, we can then go from having our standard sort of militia in through here, which are quite low. That will then take the militia up through to being halberdiers if we did actually do that one. So this creature is shielded from the first attack against it. This one is not. So it's not fantastic. The armory will give us the marksman. These are very, very important to us. The tavern will then give us a hero. So that's all we can actually look at this stage. So I won't go through these too much. Let's just start with the armory. So we can click on that one. I can just, that's what the cost is going to be. So it's going to be 1,000, which I've got enough gold up through there to certainly cater for that one, and it's going to be 4 ore. I've got 15 at the moment. Got no daily income of ore, wood, mercury, crystal, or sulfur. They're the different resources that we actually have available to us. So let's just go and double click that. That then gets that one. We can only build 1 building per day. It's very important that you keep on trying to build at least 1 thing per day. Now the counting house is going to give us another 250 gold each day. So that one is going to be something we will be wanting to get as soon as we possibly can. Simply, again, because the game is so much about getting gold to be able to then sort of build your armies up. So let's exit out of there. We can also then go back across now into the different creatures that we can then go and build. So we started off with 3 monks. That's who we in 14 militia. I can just go and say, okay, well, I want to get these. If I go to max, it's going to cost me 1,125. You can sort of see it up through there. I can create just a single one for 75, and this, so I can get like 15 essentially. So let's just go and throw them in. That gets me up to 29, and I can get 13 of these guys at 100. So if I go max, it's 1,300 to get those. So we'll just go and grab those. It just gives us a bit more of a starting army. So we'll just go and exit out of that. Now the next week is what will actually then happen through there. So that's what we can do there with the town. So she has been given those particular creatures. Now initially we don't want to be attacking anything. That's near impossible, that one there. If there's any sort of attacks that we have to then do, we want to avoid them. That's moderate. Again, I don't want to be losing anything at all in this early stage. There's a treasure chest there. This is a major shrine, so teachers a visiting hero a major spell, even if they normally could not learn it. So we'll start by that. And initially, there's no screaming rush to go and get things. I mean, if we can find something that's easy. This is our ore mine. This is another sort of basic mine over through there. I forget what sort of mine that is. That's crystal mine. There should be a wood area somewhere. Let's just go over to here and just learn the spell. Precision is now a spell. Now, if we go and double click our character through here, we can then sort of have a look to see her spell book. And so she's got now 2 spells. She's got a healing spell called Cure. So basically costs 6 mana, affects all friendly units and heals wounds. So power multiplier, 120%, 44 health restored. So that's sort of something where she can sort of then use that. That's a very, very useful one. That's why I wanted to get a healer. And then we've got this precision one. This is a major earth spell. Costs 10 mana, affects friendly units, increases ranged attacks units attack greatly. Power multiplier 120%, affects 4,500 unit value. So that's quite a bit. Like we have, I think, 1,300 unit power at the moment. So we can get like a fair few of the marksmen over time. So that's going to be a useful thing for precision for these guys once we sort of get them up into arbalist sort of category. This is also her. If we just go like click on that one through there, we can sort of see who she is. So this is Cassie. She's a priest level 1. She has this is an attack. So the attack increases the damage dealt by creatures in hero's army by 3% per stat. This is a defense. Defense increases the health of creatures in hero's army by 3% per stat there as well. Knowledge increases maximum mana by 10. The daily mana regeneration by 1 per stat. So that's for mana generation. Then we have spell power, increases the effectiveness of all spells. So we're on level 3 with that, which is great. That's what we're mainly good at. Luck, we don't have anything at all, so it gives a 4% per stat chance for each attack by your creatures to be lucky strikes, dealing 3 times damage and 4 times large areas with greater knockback. And then we finally have morale. Morale gives your creatures a 1.5% chance per second per stat to enter high morale, where they could move twice as fast and attack twice as fast for 10 seconds. So we don't really. This is more for the generals, and we didn't choose a general. We chose a priest to be who we take into the actual battle itself. These are the equipment that will eventually sort of pick up over time, and this is the skills. We'll have a look at this once we start to level up. So we won't worry about these until we do get into it, but we do start off with healing. It's sort of where we did. So heals dead units. After winning a battle, each rank will raise 20% of the remaining casualties back into the hero's army with diminishing returns. And then we have Blessing as well. Blesses all friendly units after casting a spell. This increases health, damage and speed temporarily by 25% per rank. Duration is also increased with higher ranks. There we go. So there's just little bonuses as you sort of go through. All right, so we've now visited this. We can't really go back into there. That's moderate again, and there's some creatures in behind there, like sort of somewhere between 10 and 20 of like looks like wolves, and then there's some sort of swordsman, I think, back in through that side. Let's have a bit of a look. This looks like the back end of the map. We'll just go back across and grab this treasure chest. Okay, so treasure. We can either go with 3 mercury. We've got 8. I'm not going to need it, really, so I'm going to go with the gold. The gold is probably what we really want. And we've got a forest hill through here, a monument where you can create Moon Beast for either gold or other resources. Once captured, creatures can be created, and the monument can be upgraded without a hero present. So it's unowned at the moment, and it's not defended at all. So we'll start to head down that way. Yeah, I can get that as well at ore. So I can just pick up, I can just keep on going around the map itself. So we have now built in through this side, so that's not a problem. And we've now run out of movement turns in through this side. There's a few other little things which we'll talk about soon. I'll just end our turn through here. So we'll just go back in and we'll claim this one. So these are moon beasts. So power 2+, 57 health, 8 damage and 8 speed. So they're fairly quick. They've got quick strikes. Blood aura. When nearby friendly unit dies, this creature becomes larger, deals more damage, and gets more health. That could be useful. We can also then upgrade monument. So upgrading this monument will decrease the price of units created here by 15% and will raise the weekly growth from 8 to 13. Upgrading will also make 8 creatures available for creation immediately. So let's go and pay with... Let's upgrade this. I think that this could be quite useful. We've got 10,000 left at the moment. So we'll do the upgrade. We can upgrade again each time. Let's just leave it there, and we'll spend... We can get 17 through here. So we'll go and buy... They're 120 each. I won't get too many, maybe 3. Takes us down a little bit. Let's just leave there for a second. You can always come back straight in if we wanted to. We have now claimed this. Let's just go back across into here, because we want to make sure that we always have a little bit left over. So we'll get the 250 gold each day. That's fairly important. I'm not going to be attacking anything just yet, so I don't need to look at other things right at the moment. And so we'll just keep on going back into here. Now if I just go back in, I'll just get a couple more. So that's 6. That'll do me for now. I'll just leave. I mean, I could get all. I really am tempted. No, look, I can come back. This one here is hard. Yeah, because we don't need to do that. We've got ore down there. We can always go and pick that up. We just need to find where the wood is. That's the way through. That's impossible for us at the moment. Yeah, where would wood be? Must be up this way somewhere. It's challenging. Actually, there's a camp there. We can just go to the camp next turn. So we've done everything we need to do this turn. All right, so we've got a bit more movement. Now I've got treasure, like a heavy crossbow. I think I'm going to take equipment, and so if I grab that one and now double click, we can then see that she's actually now got a crossbow. So +1 archery skill, -1 creature speed, back in through with that one through there. So she's now going to be slightly sort of slightly slower, which won't really matter that much. Actually, we've got it over there. So archery gives range units in your army a chance to fire true strike projectiles, which strike a 4 times larger area. Now that is something we've just picked up, I think, with that one, with this one here. Yeah, so we get archery, +1 archery skill in through that side there, done. So that's going to be useful. Again, it's sort of now pushing us towards having something a little bit better. Now this one is a sawmill. That one wasn't claimed. So this one now, you'll see that the wood is now going to start to go down to our castle. So that's good. We got that one for nothing. We do actually have an enchanted lyre, but again, these are all hard. This one's going to be hard. Let's just go and pick up stuff. We're sort of finding what we need to find. Getting the wood was probably the important one. We want to get it across over this other side fairly soon. Let's just go back down. I will come back down and start to just get more of these for what we actually do need. These become quite hard. It's only the easy ones are going to be the ore back up through here. So we'll start to sort of come back through and pick up other units. We can still build here. So let's just go back across. Very important that we don't stop doing what we're doing through this side. Now the infirmary, after combat, the infirmary will save half of your dead units belonging to this faction. They'll be added to your town's garrison. Only one infirmary can be active per faction, but additional infirmaries for the same faction raise the percentage of save units by 10% up to a total of 80%. So we can actually build that one. The Guild of Mages unlocks 4 spells, 2 minor spells, 1 major spell, and Town Portal. To learn Town Portal requires hero level 5, which we are not just yet. The Blacksmith, we need to actually have the fort built first. Greatly increases the weekly number of units from a chosen dwelling in town, improves the defences of the town, and creates units to defend the town when attacked. So we can build that one. We can build the marketplace, which we don't really need at this stage. So let's go. This is 2,000 gold with 10 ore and 10 wood. Now we're getting wood income at the moment, so we'll just go and get that one. And so I think we're going to go with marksman. We're going to select, choose which one we want to actually have. Because of the benefits we now have with our ranged units, let's go and have them be the actual units of choice. So we'll go and pick them from the fort. I think that makes sort of more sense. That's done. So, and if we have a bit of a look, there's nothing else we can grab from there just yet. Just click on done. We end our turn. Very important to just make sure that you have done what you needed to do. Now, again, I want to go back into here, just to see what I can actually then go and build. Now, the Blacksmith, dwelling that allows you to create swordsmen and strong arms. This requires 5 ore. I've only got 2, so I'm going to need to get more ore. In this case, I might go back and upgrade the barracks, or actually upgrade the armory. Let's keep on going this way. Okay, and so what that then will allow us to do is now go and pick arbalists rather than just archers. So we'll just click on done. Now that means we're going to be able to, when we come back, we're going to be able to then pick up everything else. So let's just go and keep on paying with gold. I don't want to sell off the other bits and pieces at this stage. So I'm just going to go and, can I grab all of them? I think I can just do that. Oh no, it didn't do it. It's funny, I thought I'd be able to grab them. I'll just get everything. So that's all we can get this particular week. So we'll leave. We've now got 17 in through there. Let's go and get more ore because we need to get the other buildings. That's now easy or considered easy, but let's just wait. There's absolutely no rush with taking these. Okay, so we'll end our turn there. Again, just make sure that we do the building. We can now get the. We've now picked up enough to get the blacksmith. Now, this is so Herringford has now grown to a township, so we're now big enough to sort of now start to specialise. So we can have a militia expert, so greatly increases the weekly growth of militia and halberdiers. Royal Institution gives a one-time boost to make all of your heroes level up. Don't want to do that one just yet. And Centre of Kismet, so it gives +1 luck to all current heroes and to future heroes recruited here. So, I'm thinking we go this way and just get our basic units established. So unit choice. Now this is what we sort of have. We've got we can choose between a strong arm or a swordsman. Now the strong arm has got like knockback abilities and rage, but these have got 102 health. They're not as well protected. These guys are slow, but I think these are much better for us to use in amongst protecting the archers. And so we're going to be really focusing very heavily on our archers. So being slow won't worry us. Being sturdy, the creature is difficult to knock back and has more health than normal, and is protected. This creature is shielded from the first attack against it, which I think would be good. And once we actually level this one up, they're going to be even more useful to us. So we'll go and select them. So that's who we've sort of got from the blacksmith. I can actually upgrade the blacksmith at some future time. If we now go back into the creatures, we can then sort of see that we can now get more of the halberdiers than what we had there before. So I can just go and I might as well grab them, I guess. And this as well, 1600. We'll grab those. We can actually switch these around, so we can always go back the other way. But we'll just go and make, these will be our default. So we'll leave that one where that is. Done. And we'll just keep on sort of wandering around. Now this is easy as well at that stage. This is now easy as well. Before I go up and do that, I will come back in and pick up those other units. So I'll just go and throw them in and throw them in there as well. Now with our marksman, we should be able to upgrade these. So I'm going to now upgrade these from marksman, which have just got like a 40 health, 7 damage, up through to arbalists, which have got 50 health and 9 damage with long range. So definitely want to upgrade. So they're now all been upgraded to arbalists. In through there, click on done, and we'll now just come back up and start to take this location, and then we'll move around the map and start to take other locations as well. So we'll end our turn here. Again, make sure that we keep on building where we can. Now that we've gone to the next level, we can then just go into the town order. This is 500 per day. This is really just, we need to just keep on getting the money. The money is, I think, by far the most important. Having said that, the infirmary would have been useful now. Let's just leave that where that is for this moment. And we do want to now get this income from here. So she's only at level 1 at this stage. This is our first actual battle. So we can sort of see through here that we have like a, we're going to be going up against some sort of lizard creatures and some worms as well. Some, like, these are going to be, in fact, I don't know if we can see what they actually have. What I might do is I'm going to click on lexicon, or that's spell book, it's not lexicon. I might just save where we are, just on the off chance, because I want to go to the lexicon and just have a quick look and sort of see what those units are. Now I think that they are lizard men. I think that they're from here. So I think we're looking at worms, which are 57 health, 7 damage, and they're slow. And these as well, just lizard archers. So ranged units with venom. So enemies struck by this creature have a chance to become poisoned. Poison creatures will take damage for the rest of the battle. Stronger enemies take slightly more damage. So that's a bit of a problem with these guys. That's sort of really what we're up against. So I just want to have a bit of a look at this one before we sort of do go in there. Let's just go press escape and resume the game. It's just handy to be able to go and do that. Okay, let's go in and pick on these guys. I think that we're going to have to close the gap as fast as we possibly can into those archers. We're going to, now the enemies are no match for the might of your army. Click skip to go right to the combat outcome. So we are much, much stronger than these guys. I'm going to control it because I don't want to be losing any units. If I skip the outcome, there's a chance we're going to lose things. Now, there's still a chance I'm going to lose things, and probably I'm not really that good at it. But let's just go through how things are sort of then structured in the game. Now, they're way at the back. I can't move them at all with where they actually are. These are the forces that we actually have. So I'm going to move the... now, they're combined into a single collective, which I don't mind so much. We need to get in and give them like a bit of a run through. Let's just have them run through that side. These are the key for getting up. I'm going to split them apart, which means I can sort of leave that one across, and then these are slow. I prefer them to sort of just be there to protect the ranged units. But I need to get into here quickly. Okay, let's just start the battle. Now we do have, you can see there, I'm running this at half speed. I do prefer to be looking at this one. So if I then just go and start the battle, and if I hover down in here, I can then stop it at any point, but I can't really then have a look. Now if I click on O, I can also then stop it as well to tell forces what to do. And so I don't know if I can actually go and tell them to swing up this way to attack those, because they're faster. So in they go. Now they've got some poisons going in. And we've lost 5 of these little guys, which is actually okay. I don't mind so much with those. They're our disposable ones. And we're close enough to stop them. And our archers are doing a great, great job there. So we did lose one of our moon beasts. We did charge them. We picked up 2 militia, but we did lose 8. So that's sort of like the healing abilities of our hero, being able to sort of do what she did there with just sort of getting them back. And so we've destroyed them. So overall, we've lost probably more than what I would have liked to have lost, to be honest. You don't have a real lot of say over what does go on there. She now has leveled up. So I can go to, I can either get healing, so the healing 2, heals dead units after winning battles. Each rank will raise 20% of remaining casualties back into the hero's army with diminishing returns, or blessing. Blessing 2 in through here. Blesses all friendly units after casting a spell. These would both be good. I can now go also down into Mastery, so recruits Monk for this hero's army over time, or Friar if your hero already has any of in their army. An average rate of 2.68 per week per rank. Monk and Friar gain +5 health and damage for each rank. We've got Terramancy, so it teaches your hero an earth spell, which I won't really worry about. Dizzy Tune, so it teaches your hero a special Dizzy Tune ability that can be used once every 2 days. Confuses a large group of enemy creatures. Higher, so that's like a spell aspect, I guess. And Wisdom. Actually, what does it do? Yep, that's okay. And Wisdom through here teaches your hero a new spell. Each time they level up, they have a 25% chance per rank to learn a new spell. Higher ranks teach more powerful spells. That would be good as well. I'm thinking like a lot of these are quite good, but let's go with Wisdom. So we'll actually just click on Done. And so Wisdom is also going to then be impacting. Is it going to be impacting this one here, the Knowledge? I guess it will. Just click on Done. And if we have a bit of a look at her... Oh, no, it picked up... it was Knowledge, sorry. Yeah, Knowledge. So Knowledge did go up by +1. Done. All right, so we want to get back in. We want to claim this. We want to pick this up, because we won't be coming back here. And now we do want to do this. This is like an obelisk, which will give us a treasure map. And so I do want to get into that one. But, guys, we've run out of time, so I'm now going to leave it here. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next episode.